Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this class we are now going to discuss about continuity, which is an extension of limits. What we have learned basics about limits and its formula, all that we are going to use in this chapter, that is continuity. Or we can say that continuity is an extension of limits. Okay, so to solve continuity, we must know complete about limits. Okay, now, so before we start with continuity, so let's discuss about limits formulas. Yeah, so let's take, we know that if limit if left hand limit equals to right hand limit, okay, of a function at x equals, okay, if left hand limit is equals to right hand limit of a function at x equals to a, then we say that limit of a function exists. This is what actually the definition of limits. Okay, now let's see the rules. Rules and all is very simple, that if suppose let's talk about that also, algebra of limits. Okay, the first algebra is what? When two functions are in addition and if a limit x tends to a is applied to both the function, so then what happens, how limit will expand? Limit will go to the first function plus limit will go to the second function. This is how limit will expand in addition. If it is subtraction, limit will expand in similar manner. Okay, if limit x tends to a is applied to the product of a function, then limit will individually go to the first function multiply by limit will go to the second function. Okay, next, if limit is applied to a rational function, okay, then how limit will expand? Limit will go to the numerator function and limit will go to the denominator function. Okay, and if limit is applied to a constant multiply by function, then what happens? The constant will come before limit and limit will apply to the function, and then as per the rules and all, formulas and all, will evaluate limits. So pause the video and quickly note it down. Okay, now we are going to see the formulas of limits. Okay, so let's see what are the formulas. Formula of limits. The first one, when a limit is applied to a constant, we'll get a constant only. Second, when limit is applied to a function such that if that function is not giving us 0 upon 0 form, then what we have to do? We have to put the value of x, what is pending to the value. Okay, this, when we have to do it? When f of a is not at all equals to 0 upon 0 form. Okay, third, that limit x tends to a, x raised to n minus a raised to n upon x minus a, which is equals to n into a raised to n minus 1. Over here few conditions need to be satisfied. Okay, over here x ka power and a ka power must be same, and in between them minus sign must be there, and the base part should be fully repeated in the denominator with power 1, and this x must tends to a, then only we can apply this formula. Okay, so is this condition clear? Okay, now let's move on to the next formula, that is limit x tends to 0. For the trigonometric function we are going to see sin x upon x is 1 and limit x tends to 0 tan x upon x is 1, both the case. Over here the condition is what? That x must be in radian and okay angle along with sine or tan must be fully repeated in the denominator. Okay, the first and the second one, and the third one is that angle must tends to 0. Okay, so this three condition must satisfy when we are applying a limit for trigonometric function. Okay, so quickly note it down and then we'll see ahead with the further formulas. Yeah. Now, next formulas we are going to see that when limit is applied to e raised to x plus 1 upon x, then the value is 1. And for this limit x tends to 0, a raised to x minus 1 upon x, the value is log a. And over here limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x the whole power 1 upon x, then the value is e. And the last one is limit x tends to 0, log of 1 plus x the whole raised to upon x, the value is 1. Okay, now over here for let's see the condition what must be satisfied so that we can apply the formula to the function. Okay, over here above to the power e raised to whatever is the x is there, that must be fully repeated in the denominator and plus 1 must be there, and this x which is in the power of e and in the denominator, that must tends to 0, then the value will be 1. The same condition is applying in the for the 7th one also. Okay, for the 8th one, in the base there must be 1 plus and x must be there, and whatever the x is over there, the whole raised to its reciprocal must be there present, and this x must tends to 0, then only the value is e. And for the last one, when a log is applied, the base part of the 8th one is same, that is 1 plus x, and whatever is the x over here, that must be fully repeated in the denominator, and this x must tends to 0, then only the value is 1. Okay, and in both these cases 1 plus must be there, no minus sign should be there. Okay, so these are the formulas that we have used in limits. Okay, and to simplify it, okay, so these all formulas and concepts we are going to use it to simplify continuity. Okay, so pause the video and quickly note it down and revise it. Okay, now let's talk about continuity. By the word only we come to know that continuity means what? Continuous. Okay, now so when we draw a graph of any function, let's take this as a graph of function f of x. Okay, if, and this is within the interval a to b, and within this interval if the graph of the function is continuous, then we say that the function is okay. If it is not at all breaking at any point, तो हम बोलेंगे क्या? This function is continuous. Okay, and at any point if it is getting break, how will come to know that break कैसे होता है? Okay, let's take breaking is like कि वो part पे function discontinuous होता है. आई टेक दिस एज g of x. ओके नाउ, तो लिमिट क्या करता है? लिमिट हमें without actual drawing the graph of a function, limit help us out to calculate or to check this continuous of a function. Okay, अब वो कैसे होता है? Let's see. Okay, so continuity is nothing but what? Continuous of a function, and with the help of limit हम ये continuous बनाएंगे. Now for this हमें different types of questions देंगे जो हमें बताना होगा. The first way they are going to question is, a function will be given to us, okay, and over here x not equals to a and x equals to a के corresponding में हमें function देंगे, okay, and to check whether this type of function is continuous or not, so we'll say that if f of x, if limit x tends to a, f of x is equals to f of a, then we say that the function is continuous at x equals to a. This is the important part, this one. Okay, so if a question comes in this form, then how we'll check it out whether the function is continuous? If limit x tends to a, f of x is equals to f of a, then we'll say that the function is continuous. Now let's see the another form of question. I'll represented that. The function will be like this, like a inequality will be there, x less than a, then x greater than equals to a will be there, yeah, then we have to define it, yeah. Then another way, that limit x tends to a, f of x is equals to, if they are giving us this within the interval x is greater than a less than equals to b and x is greater than b less than equal to c, yeah, then we'll see how we are going to check for this type of function will be continuous. Then next, for if f of x is given to us in this manner, x is greater than a less than equals to b, another type is x is greater than b less than equals to c, and x is greater than c which is less than equals to d. One more format is there. First let's discuss about this four. So first we saw if the question is in this form, then we'll say that in this manner limit x tends to a, f of x equals to f of a, then we'll say that the function is continuous. Okay. Now if inequality is present, then we have to see at what point the function is getting break. Means that we are getting a two different function at x equals, that at point a the function is getting break, and since inequality is present, so we'll say that if left hand limit, that is at x equals to a, if left hand limit, how do we show a left hand limit? A minus f of x equals to limit x tends to a plus f of x, then we'll say that the function is continuous at x equals to a. Okay, so this is the important part. So if a question comes in this manner, okay, function is given and inequality is present, then left hand limit and right hand limit we have to see. Okay, now what if the value of x is given in an interval? Okay, so what we have to do, we have to see at what point the function is breaking. So over here also we can see that at b the function is getting break. So same way, so at what point we are going to discuss? At point b. So same condition, if since inequality is there, so limit x tends to b minus f of x equals to limit x tends to b plus f of x, then we'll say that then the function is continuous at x equals to b. Okay, so at what point the function is getting break? Actually at that point we have to discuss the continuity. Okay, and these are all the conditions, criteria that we have to use it to check the continuity of a function. Okay, now let's see for the fourth one. Fourth one, we are having a 3 intervals. Okay, we are having a 3 intervals. So we can see that the first interval is from a to b, b to c, and the third one is c to d. So we can see that the function is breaking at 2 points. One is at b and the another one is at c. So over here at 2 points the function is getting break. So at both the point we have to discuss continuity. So that is at x equals to b, if limit x tends to b minus f of x equals to limit x tends to b plus f of x, then we'll say that the f of x is continuous at x equals to b. Similarly, at x equals to c, okay, if limit x tends to c minus f of x equals to limit x tends to c plus f of x, then we'll say that f of x is continuous at x equals to c. Okay, so these are the two cases. So basically what we are doing, we are applying the same concept for inequality everywhere. So what the things to be remember over here, that at both the point we can get the continuous function. Any one point can give us a continuous function, or we won't get a continuous at both the function. Need not to be worried. Okay, so this is how we are going to check for the continuous of a function. Okay, now one last case is there. Let's see that. Okay, how the question can be in that form. Okay, that is the fifth form. X less than a, x is greater than a, and x equals to a. Okay, if question is given in this form, then how will tell or how will check whether the function is continuous or not? So let's see the criteria. If limit x tends to a minus f of x equals to limit x tends to a plus f of x, which is equals to f of a. If these three all are equal, that is left hand limit, right hand limit, and the value of the function at x equals to a, then we'll say that f of x is continuous at x equals to a. Okay, so these are the. Okay friends, now let's see the continuity with the help of, let's try to understand continuity with the help of example over here. Okay, so we can see that the first question they are given, examine the continuity of the following function at the given point. Okay, so the function is given to us e raised to 5x minus e raised to 3x upon sine 3x for when x is not equals to 0, and when x is equals to 0 the function value is 1, and they are telling we have to discuss the continuity at x equals to 0. Now if in the question they have given at what point we have to discuss, at that point only we have to discuss. Otherwise if they have not given, so what we have to do, at what point the function is getting break, At that point we have to discuss the question. Sometimes they don't give us, sometimes they give. So this is how, if they don't give us, in this manner we can check it out at what point we have to discuss. So over here at x equals to 0 we have to discuss. Now we can see that it is of which type? Equals to, not equals to. So how are we going to do it? We know that limit x tends to a, f of x minus f of a. So first of all, f of 0. When in place of x we are going to put 0, what is the function value? That is at x equals to 0, the function is 1, and we'll keep it equation 1. Now we are going to solve it for limit x tends to 0 f of x. So limit x tends to 0, which function we are going to take? That is e raised to 5x minus e raised to 3x upon sine 3x. Okay, now, so let's try to solve it. So since e is there, so how are we going to simplify this? So we know that according to the formula, since this is a 0 upon 0 form, directly we cannot apply limit, so we need to solve it. So what are we going to do? We are going to add, subtract and add 1, because we know the formula, that is, yes, e raised to x minus 1 upon x is 1. Okay. Now in the denominator we can see that we are having sine 3x is there. So by 3x we'll divide and multiply so that we can apply the formula over here. So now let's work it out in the numerator. What we'll get? Limit x tends to 0, e raised to 5x minus 1 together, and we'll take out a minus common from this. We're left out with e raised to 3x minus 1 upon sine 3x upon 3x into 3x. Now what we will be doing? This 3 will split in the numerator with this term. So what we'll get? Limit x tends to 0, e raised to 5x minus 1 upon x minus e raised to 3x minus 1 upon x, and over here in the denominator we are having sine 3x upon 3 into 3. So now to each term we are going to apply now limit, and when we'll apply a limit we can see that over here e raised to 5x is there. So we want a 5x also down. So what we'll do? We'll multiply and divide by 5. Over here we'll multiply and divide by 3 so that it satisfies the condition. Okay. Now we'll individually apply limit. So what we'll get? Limit x tends to 0. So 5 will write it before to this. E raised to 5x minus 1 upon 5x. We'll apply in the numerator only first. Minus e raised to 3x minus 1 upon 3x, the whole 3. The whole divided by, in the denominator, limit x tends to 0. Sine 3x upon 3x. So as per the rule, whatever is the x, that much tends to 0. So we'll say that since x tends to 0, so 5x also tends to 0, and at the same time we'll say that 3x also tends to 0. And then we'll write down the formula. Limit x tends to 0, e raised to x minus 1 upon x as 1, and limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x is 1. So we'll rewrite this once again in the numerator by applying limit, that is limit 5x tends to 0, e raised to 5x minus 1 upon x, and over here limit 3x tends to 0, e raised to 3x minus 1 upon 3x, the whole divided by, in the denominator, limit 3x, okay, over here 1 3 is there, so we'll write it before the limit, that is sine 3x upon 3x. So over here we can apply 5 into 1 minus 3 into 1 upon 3 into 1. Okay, so what are we going to get the value as? That is 5 minus 3 upon 3, that is 2 upon 3. So limit x tends to a, f of x, a is nothing but 0 over here, So at x equals to 0, the function value is 2 upon 3, and we'll keep it equation number 2. So we can say that from 1 and 2, limit x tends to 0, f of x is not at all equals to f of 0. So therefore we'll say that the f of function is discontinuous at what is the point? That is at x equals to 0. So what we have seen, using that concept only, we have checked out the continuous of a function. Okay, so at x equals to 0, since this is not at all equal, so we'll say that the function is discontinuous. Okay, I hope you all understood this. So we need to remember the type of question format we have seen. In that manner we have to do the questions and all. Okay, so pause the video and quickly note it down. Okay, now let's see the another example. That is, find the value of k so that the function is continuous at the indicated point. Okay, so in this type of question we are going to see that the function is continuous and we have to find out the value of k. Okay, so we have to analyze it of which type of it is, and based on that we are going to simplify it. So since given that f of x is continuous at x equals to 0, and since inequality is present, so we'll say that left hand limit of a function is equals to right hand limit of a function. Yeah. So now let's quickly find it out, the left hand limit. So therefore limit x tends to 0 minus f of x. 0 minus means what? Less than 0 function is what? That we are going to limit it. So less than 0 is 2 under root x square plus 1 plus k. Now since this is not at all 0 upon 0 form, so directly we'll substitute the value 2 under root 0 square plus 1 plus k. So that is 2 plus k. We'll be getting it. Okay. Now we'll give this equation number 2. Next, this is the value of limit x tends to 0 minus f of x. And now limit x tends to 0 plus f of x. So that is 0 plus means what? X greater than 0 corresponding function is x square plus 1. To that we'll put the value. So what is the value we are going to get it as? So we'll be getting it as 0 square plus 1. That is nothing but 1, and we'll keep it equation number 3. Okay. So from 1, 2 and 3, what we say that from 1, 2 and 3, so since they both are equal, so we'll say that 2 plus k equals to 1. So therefore k value is what? 1 minus 2. So therefore k is equals to minus 1. Yeah. So this is how we'll get the value of k. Okay. So I hope you all understand this. So pause the video and note it down. Okay, now let's see the last type of question can be asked in continuity. That is a removable discontinuity. Okay, what is that removable discontinuity? Let's see. Now the question is what? We have to discuss the continuity of the following function. So first thing is that we need to check it out whether the function will be a continuous or discontinuous. And after that we have to check if the function is discontinuous, then how we can remove its discontinuous. So that like how we can modify a function such that it will become a continuous function. Okay. And that modification such that the discontinuous function become a continuous function is known as redefining the function. Okay. Now, so let's go step by step, and at the end of this solution we'll come to know how for which function we removable discontinuity exists or not, and how we are going to redefine. Okay, so let's see. First we are going to check its continuity. So first of all, at what point? That is at x equals to 0. So first of all, f of 0 is given to, we'll keep it equation 1. Then limit x tends to 0 f of x. So that is limit x tends to 0 f of x is what? That is nothing but sine of x square minus x upon x. So over here we can see that x tends to 0, sine of, we'll take out x common, so we'll left out with x minus 1 upon x. So what are we going to do over here? We are going to now multiply by x minus 1 and divide by x minus 1. Okay, and we'll apply the limit to it. So that is limit x tends to 0 to sine of x minus 1 upon x minus 1, and over here for x minus 1 upon x. Yeah. Now for this type of function, whatever is the x that is present in the denominator and that must tends to 0. So for that we are going to write down the reason. Since x tends to 0, so therefore x minus x minus 1 will also tends to 0. So therefore limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x is 1. So what will get it as limit x, instead of x tends to 0, this will be x minus 1 tends to 0, sine of x minus 1 upon x minus 1, and over here limit x tends to 0 of x minus 1 upon x. So this part will become, we cannot split this x away, I made a mistake. So this x will remain with this only. Yeah. So on substituting x over here, so according to the formula we'll be getting it as 1 over here, and this will be 0 minus 1. So that is minus 1 we are getting. So limit x tends to 0 f of x, value is minus 1, and we'll keep it as equation 2. Yeah. And we can see that since limit x tends to 0 f of x is not at all equals to f of 0, so what will say that therefore f of x is discontinuous at x equals to 0. Okay, now always remember, whenever a question given, if it is having equals to not equals to, that function discontinuity is, that function will have a removable discontinuity. Always remember that. What it is? The function which is having equals to not equals to type function will have a removable discontinuity. Whereas for every other type, wherever inequality is present, will say that the function does not have a removable discontinuity. Okay, so this is an important point for removable discontinuity, that if a function is having equals to not equals to, then that function has a removable discontinuity. Yeah, and if inequality is present, then that function will not have a removable discontinuity. Okay, now since equals to not equals to is there, so we'll say that the function has a removable discontinuity. So we'll say it over here. So that we'll say that hence the discontinuity at x equals to 0 is, since it is removable, yeah, and can be removed. Okay, and so that how we can after removing, so how after removing we can redefine by redefining the function as, now how we have to redefine the function? same to same we'll be writing it as f of x, what is given to us, that is sine of x square minus x for x not equals to 0. We just have to change it over here that for x equals to 0, what is the value they have given in the question 2, and on solving what are we getting, that the limit extends to 0 का जो value we are getting, that we have to write it in redefining, and this is how we redefine the function. Okay, so removal discontinuity is only applicable for equals to not equals to type function, and how we are going to redefine, for equal to 0 or for equal to any value, we have to write that value, what value we are getting on solving limit extends to function wala. Okay, so in this manner we check the discontinuity, we checked how to remove it and redefine it. Okay, so now this is the end of the topic continuity. If you have any question, any query, comment it down, I'll answer your query.